Hi everyone, welcome back to Gamergy Plays. I am here to be doing a reaction, but not of a trailer, this time something a little different. I'm going to be reacting to just some kind of breakdown videos of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and what we've seen so far, because I'm not the most observant of people, and so there's definitely things that have gone over my head, but I'm very excited to just kind of react to any things that I missed. I'm checking out two videos in particular, one from Nintendo Life and one from IGN, so I'm sure you've all heard of these channels, but if not, I will link the videos in the description below for you to check out. Do be sure to check them out. If there's any other videos as well that you think I definitely should check out before experiencing Tears of the Kingdom, let me know in the comments down below. But for your reference, I have now played all of the Legend of Zelda mainline games, and I'm currently in the middle of playing through Twilight Princess, the last Legend of Zelda mainline game that I haven't yet completed, but I will also have that playthrough linked down below, so make sure to follow me on this journey, and also some of the other playthroughs I've done will be linked down below for you to check out my previous experiences with the Zelda franchise. I'm ready, I feel very prepped for Tears of the Kingdom, and I hope you are as well, so please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's check this out.
Hello there, lovely people.
Hello.
It's Alex from Nintendo Life here.
Hi, Alex.
And today I'm going to take you through everything that you missed from the final Tears of the Kingdom trailer, and oh my god, there's a lot. No waffling this time, we're going to get right into it because there is so much to break down. Starting
because I get unaware very
quickly. You may well have seen this one. There's a soldier construct fighting a choo-choo here, showing that there's clearly
a choo-choo jelly.
Some sort of animosity between the choo-choos at the very least and the constructs. Maybe they're going to be enemies with all of Ganondorf's minions.
Maybe. Maybe we can find just random
construct and they're actually
choo-choo jelly on the floor.
The tree. At first, I thought they were painting it. I don't know why I thought that. Moving on, we see this village, and this isn't actually a new village.
Hateno Village?
This is very clearly Hateno Village, and it is clearly thriving, which is really nice to see after all living the horrible sort of, you know, calamity of Breath of the Wild. Moreover, there seems to be an awful lot of mushroom motifs going around, which I'm all for. And then we see, well, this is Kakariko Village, but unfortunately, it seems like it's had a bit of a hard time. It seems that a load of ruins, maybe from a sky island or something similar, have fallen down, and although it doesn't immediately appear that any homes or buildings have been destroyed, it's a pretty close call, and I imagine that the residents are a little bit concerned, to say the least. Interestingly, we see a load of Sheikah here, which kind of reinforces the idea that Kakariko is maybe it's no longer safe and habitable, so they're having to build somewhere else. You can see that there are some building supplies to the side.
Little tents in the side
castles
instead.
Going all into the sky and
that's
stuff.
Kind of sad.
Now, this is definitely an interesting one. I've got a few ideas as to what this could be. I mean, it's fairly clearly this is Ganondorf. I've seen some people online saying, oh, it's Demise, and I mean, Ganondorf and Demise are kind of two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, like different versions of each other.
This is actually a sort of a powered-up version of Ganondorf, a sort of enhanced version.
Freaking cool, though, with the hair.
I'll explain later on. It'll make more sense later rather than now. Now, this is something that has been speculated on for some time, but clearly Link's arm here has been burnt or something with malice.
Yeah,
if that's not malice, I don't know what. And I know we've seen him like raise his hand and it's all like flying around, but this is just reinforcing the idea that this is malice doing this harm, and therefore maybe the Zonai arm thing that was holding down Ganondorf is gonna heal Link's arm or merge with it. Either way, this is Ganondorf's doing, the naughty sausage. In this shot, we can actually see one of those, I don't want to call them shrines, but they very much appear as though they're going to be sort of shrine-like replacements. And we've seen them before, but this one does not have that green spiral coming out of it. Yeah, the circle above. So this is clearly a shrine type thing in like a different state, perhaps. Maybe it's active, maybe it's inactive. Again, we don't know what the swirly spiral means, so we don't know which way this one's sliding. And just as Link comes down here, it's super blurry, I'm afraid, but Link appears to be wearing some sort of wingsuit.
How dope is that?
It could just be an outfit, but given the way that he's breaking his fall,
it's definitely some kind of wingsuit. suit.
other areas as well.
Maybe he gets
but
it from the
this is
Rito?
maybe this gives you a bonus to breaking your fall and allows you to move more.
Glide
it
more.
looks like a wingsuit, and that's pretty cool.
You can flying squirrel your way.
In the previous video where we looked at the gameplay presentation, we saw like an orb icon on the map, and we saw something that looked a lot like this in the distance. So this is clearly a closer up look at it. And it appears to be some sort of gacha machine.
Yeah, where you get like an egg
a handle for you to turn.
Yeah.
And there's balls inside. I don't know.
I wonder if you get like clothing items from that.
Kind of fun. I overlooked this the first time I watched it, but this is clearly a labyrinth of some description, or a similar structure to the labyrinths that we had in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I remember the original
Just a small little
labyrinth.
note, but interesting nonetheless. Link's got a shiny new sort of Zonai type weapon here. Looks like a spear or something to that effect.
Okay, some kind of Zonai weapon.
I wonder whether some people felt that it was fused. I don't think this is. It looks far too intentional to be a fused weapon. I think this is a brand newie, and a little bit further along, these people that are fighting all the
just
goblins
regular
and the
people.
moblins, they're not soldiers. They're just villagers. Like they're using makeshift weapons. They're not really using armor of any description.
No, definitely no armor.
Frightening. They're clearly fighting for their homeland, and that's
poor
pretty cool.
guys.
But also, why? Oh no!
Oh, we both
super interesting. So we can see Link has the Sheikah Slate here.
Okay, yep.
It's fairly
I did not
likely
notice
that
that.
he doesn't later on. Also, this is before Link's arm gets corrupted.
Yeah,
and
this seems
the
like
Sheikah
a
Slate also looks different.
prior
It looks way more like a
situation.
switch.
It does
which,
look like a
again,
switch.
we've seen Zelda using in previous trailers. But also, Link appears to be on some sort of winch-like system, and the Sheikah Slate is plugged in via some sort of Sheikah USB-C cable. That's very tasty. Oh lordy, we could speculate about this until the cows come home, couldn't we? Right? I mean, a lot of people are immediately saying that this is a Zonai, and to be honest, yeah, I mean, it's most likely to be a Zonai, but we don't actually know. But what we do know is if you look right in the middle of their forehead,
Zonai.
the way that the lighting is bouncing off there, that's a bulge. That's a closed eye, and if you look at the sort of the pointy bits,
eyelashes.
It's a closed Sheikah eye. Oh lordy, speculate about that one in the comments. But the hair pieces
I
and
did
the
not
necklace
notice that.
and everything, it's all screaming Zonai.
Yeah,
so if
kind
this
of
isn't
old
a Zonai,
school.
it's something very close or something, very closely related to the Zonai. But either way, as I say, we could speculate about this for years.
Interesting.
I just want to wait and see now.
Okay.
And if that was a Zonai, then we've got another one right here. Zelda
With the
appears to be wearing
beading.
Zonai-like garb.
Yeah.
And this character whose face we can't see.
She's got like a blue hand.
They are wearing the same kind of thing. It's all the same green. And yeah, it's very clearly Zonai. And once again,
there's a lot of Zonai stuff going on
in the
here.
forehead. On that sort of decorative thing that they're kind of wearing. It's very unclear who this character is.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks maybe this is like Ganondorf in the past or something, but well, that's really stretching the idea of speculation.
But
and
he
I
was
kinda
a
wanna, focus on concrete stuff. Ever so slightly
not a Zonai, he was a, what are they called?
Link has fused
a shield to a sword.
to a claymore here. That's that's ridiculous. And you actually get to see Link like parry an attack. So there's actually a functional
I think he
purpose
just
to it as
breaks
well. This fuse system is going to be
the shield, right?
crackers. If you look right here, we can see two little Goron just hanging out the back. They seem to be sort of like covering their faces. As if they're going, oh no, what's going to happen to Link?
Good.
Or maybe this is some sort of test that they're putting Link through. I don't know, but two little Goron.
Oh, I didn't notice them. They're so
this
so
little guy
cute.
flying up alongside
Yeah, that
Link.
looks like a
Don't know for
Rito.
certain. But it appears to be Tulin, who is Teba's son,
Tulin.
and Teba's one of the people that you meet, one of the Rito that you meet in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
This looks a lot like his son Tulin, and considering that this takes place presumably a couple of years afterwards, it makes sense. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool throwback. Interesting to note that this carriage, I mean, Link's taking people.
I did notice it was
glued
glued together.
It's very apparent that this
It's a
carriage
makeshift
has
one.
been made using the Ultra Hand. It's got that same green-like goo keeping it together. So Link has clearly repaired this wagon.
So he
rather
has
than
to do that
painted
to
it.
help
Now,
him
if
get
you can
back.
Peel your
Yeah,
eyes
so what's
away
going on
from
here?
the fact that Link has a rocket shield for but a moment, you'll see that this is Eventide Isle, and the clear distinguishing feature is the little rock formations in the water there.
Oh.
This is 100% Eventide. I can't believe I recognize this. Not so much something you miss, because I mean, it's an
this is
underground
quite
area, but
noticeable.
Just have a look. This place is blinking huge. Like you can see the way it goes all the way down there, and it goes around the side. It's just massive, and that It just fills
I
me
love
with
all the
glee. We
lava.
get to see fuse in action here with Link fusing a ruby to an arrow, and as stated in the descriptions in
fiery?
Breath of the Wild, rubies have the power of fire.
Yeah,
and
there you
that is
go.
clearly what's happening here. It shows that we can fuse rubies to arrows, which seems like a bit of a waste, but who knows, maybe it'll do crazy damage. This
True,
fuse
maybe it
system
does
is
crazy
gonna be
damage.
absolutely mental, isn't it? Also, Link is wearing a very different set of clothing here, which looks, again, kind of very Zonai-like, but very different at the same time, almost like a sort of a different take on Zonai. We're gonna get multiple Zonai outfits from the looks of it, but I mean, it's got all the Zonai trappings. Very little thing here, but there's a bokoblin with like a basket on their back with a load of red chew jelly in it. So I'm guessing maybe this is a bokoblin like grenadier or something. That's kind of frightening. Now you've probably seen this because it's not like there's anything in the scene, you know, that would maybe distract your attention.
Yeah,
from like a massive flipping centipede thing. It's a coma. But we see another outfit for Link here as well, with some sort of like headpiece. And
I hope there's like the title, like
blue, maybe slightly tealy and stuff like that. I don't know.
And it's like a big old fight. Just the name of him.
This one's a little bit difficult to distinguish, but it looks a little here like these Lionels have weapons attached to their horns. Like just the way that they move and everything like that.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Express, but
I thought it's just like kind of on their back.
That they're weapons that are on their back, which is terrifying because presumably they're going to have weapons as well. So weapons on their head, weapons in their hands. It's scare time. You may well have seen in the trailer prior that Zelda had a bean in her hand. And it looks like Ganondorf's got a bean in his head here as well. And this is why I think that earlier that demise-looking character is like a souped-up form of Ganondorf.
Because
He's
of that.
using the bean. I know it's a tear of the
kingdom. Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it a tear, not a bean?
He uses the bean, he powers up, he gets all the red.
It is bean-shaped, though, I understand.
And that's further emphasized by something in just a moment. So who's this character then? Oh, it's a new character. Is it Bubkus? This is Zelda. Zelda using some sort of powered up form. Again, look at the bean. We know it's Zelda because she's wearing the same clothes. She's got the same sort of like teardrop markings under her eyes.
Yeah, and the earrings are the same, but
the same like forehead jewelry headpiece thing.
Interesting, so like a different version.
And also it just looks like Zelda.
It's maybe like a highlier version of her.
This next shot is her using her laser powers to absolutely obliterate some Moldulga.
Good.
I've just written, this is Zelda's final smash. If you look carefully here, we can see that Riju, who's returning, fun, although you probably didn't miss that because she's literally right in the middle of the shot here. But if you look in her hair, she has a bean as well. Everyone's got beans.
I did not notice that, but
here we can see that
the bucket guy.
Got a bean in his hand as well. So yeah, he's rocking a bean as well. And then for literally like one frame, clearly, we can see Tuning also has a bean. Loads of people have been speculating that this is a Gleeok, which is like a really old Zelda enemy. And I agree. I think it probably is a Gleeok.
That's so dope.
What's interesting is that the eyes that the Gleeok has are like exactly the same, or not exactly, but very close to the eyes that you would find on Malice in Breath of the Wild. I don't know. That's pretty cool. This one's semi-obvious, but you might just be looking at the logo. Yeah, in the background, this carving. That's clearly Ganondorf.
Big Ganon.
Scary. And finally, as the date appears, we get a lovely little plink-plonk, and that plink-plonk is Zelda's lullaby. Have a listen. It's slow, but it's undeniably that. And there you have it.
Beautiful.
I told you there was a lot. So many beams of the kingdom.
There were things I really
didn't
notice at the time.
Let us know if you noticed something we didn't. In the usual comment depository. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you slap that subscribe button, Bean of the Kingdom.
Bean of the Kingdom.
Check out NintendoLive.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content.
Hell yes.
Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Alrighty, and now onto IGN's things that I missed from the trailer. Let's check it out.
Nintendo finally shared the trailer that Zelda fans have been waiting for.
Oh yeah.
An extended look
and what a trailer it was.
Kingdom that rivals Breath of the Wild's legendary release date trailer. This was our final glimpse of the highly anticipated sequel before its launch next month, and Nintendo didn't hold back. From the confirmation of Ganondorf's return to some exciting lore implications for longtime Zelda fans to hints at new gameplay mechanics, there are a ton of secrets hidden in the 4-minute trailer. Here are 20 things we noticed from the best Tears of the Kingdom trailers so far.
Hit me. Okay, music.
Ganondorf is officially returning in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
And he's not the skeletal
if
version
been following
anymore.
The other trailers, it seemed clear that Link's longtime nemesis would take center stage in the Breath of the Wild sequel, but we now have confirmation.
Yeah.
The trailer included an awesome new rendition of Ganondorf's theme music, as well as a closer look at the King of Evil himself. Can we please get an amiibo, Nintendo? This marks Ganondorf's first appearance in a mainline Zelda game since 2006's Twilight Princess.
Oh, wow.
Calamity Ganon was the central villain of Breath of the Wild, but he didn't appear in his human form.
Yeah, okay.
We also heard a voiceover line from Ganondorf which said,
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival. And the birth of his new world.
The birth of his
It
new
appears
world.
that Ganondorf is
that was
not
such a cool
the
line.
only villain at play in Tears of the Kingdom, though. Last month's gameplay presentation confirmed the presence of the Zonai, an ancient, unseen tribe in Breath of the Wild that appears to play a huge role in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
At the 142 mark of the new trailer, you can spot a brand new character with a very sinister look on their face.
Yeah.
The
they look really
has
mad.
gold horns, dark skin, and long, pointy white hair.
Yeah.
We don't know this character's allegiances yet, but it's very possible they could be a member of the Zonai tribe. IGN's Brendan Graber noticed that this figure closely resembles the character seen on the wall hieroglyphics from Tears of the Kingdom's first official trailer.
Interesting.
The wall art clearly depicts this character as someone in power, and they're surrounded by 7 Magatama-like objects, which could lie at the center of Tears of the Kingdom's title.
Yeah, 7 tears.
We may finally have an answer to what exactly Tears of the Kingdom's title is referring to. Throughout the trailer, multiple characters are seen holding Magatamas that are most likely the game's titular tears.
That's awesome.
There's a close-up shot of Zelda holding one, and eagle-eyed viewers can catch the Zora Prince Sidon wearing
I didn't
one
notice
on
that.
his
That's
hand.
awesome.
Possibly the most important one is hard to spot with all the power emanating from it. Ganondorf has one on his forehead.
Not good.
Will Link have to track down the 7 Tears of the Kingdom during the
He'll have to
events of
vision
the game?
him.
Do these belong to the Zonai? How did Zelda come into possession of a tear? There are still far more questions than answers at this point. The Zelda series is no stranger to MacGuffins. Over the years, we've collected medallions, mirror shards, fused shadows, and, yes, tears. In Skyward Sword, Link must collect sacred tears, and in Twilight Princess, he has to hunt down tears of light. It's yet another connection Tears of the Kingdom shares with these two 3D Zelda
Throwing
titles.
it back to some more traditional
Speaking of Zelda, we see Hyrule's princess for the first time following her long fall into a deep chasm in an earlier trailer. She's now wearing new earrings and accessories that resemble Zonai iconography.
Like Zonai.
Seriously, this tribe is just all over this game. Zelda is seen talking to an unnamed figure about Link. We don't get to see the face of this character, only the Zonai-looking robes they're wearing. The voice mentions that Link is their last line of defense, and Zelda appears surprised to learn that the person she's speaking to knows who Link is. The trailer ends with Zelda saying,
"Link, you must find me,"
while holding the Master Sword.
Oh.
An earlier clip of Tears of the Kingdom showed a broken version of Link's iconic Master Sword. The game's logo even includes the shattered blade. So how is it that Zelda is holding a completely unharmed version of the weapon at the end of the trailer? We don't have those answers yet, but I'm going to theorize that time travel is at play.
It's
In
a
Breath
huge
of the
part of
Wild,
previous
Impa
Zelda
shares a
games.
legend with Link from the first Great Calamity 10,000 years ago. We see an image of a hero with the Master Sword fighting Ganon, and a princess or goddess beside him sealing the beast away. In Tears of the Kingdom, Link's tattered green tunic looks very similar to the hero's clothes from this legend. This has had fans theorizing for years that Tears of the Kingdom could take place in 2 significantly different times.
Which would be so awesome.
Present day, following the events of Breath of the Wild, and 10,000 years ago. The new trailer lends even more credit to this theory because of the Master Sword. What if present-day Link's Master Sword is destroyed by Ganondorf, and Link has to travel back in time to before the sword was broken to recover it? When Zelda says Link must find her, What if that's because she's in a completely different time than he is?
Yeah.
Knowing the Zonai are
definitely
an
got that
ancient
vibe.
tribe, it seems inevitable that time shenanigans will play a part in Tears of the
Zonai
Kingdom's
weren't
story.
there in
Or
Breath
who
of the
knows?
Wild.
Maybe this will all be proven wrong a month from now. I've got just one more lore-heavy theory for you before we get into some of the gameplay specifics of the trailer.
Okay.
But given that this is easily the most story information Nintendo has shared about Tears of the Kingdom, it's only
they've
fair
been
you
real
let me
hush
go
hush.
off the Zelda deep end a little bit. We see another unknown character for just a split second in the trailer. She's got orange hair, pointy Hylian ears, and she's using light magic that resembles Zelda's magic from Breath of the Wild. One possible answer for this character's identity is the goddess of power, Din. Din and her sisters Nehru and Faror are at the center of Hyrule's creation myth.
Right.
When the trio departed Hyrule, they left behind the 3 pieces of the Triforce.
This is from Skyward.
Din is the goddess of power, Nehru the goddess of wisdom,
this is from
and
Ocarina,
Faror
but
the
they
goddess
also
of
talk
courage.
about these
The character
goddesses
in this
in
trailer looks
Skyward.
very similar to Din's appearance in the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons.
Oh.
If the 3 goddesses are in the game, it would mark their first proper appearance as characters in a 3D Zelda title. Tears of the Kingdom is bringing in elements from all over the Zelda
I was thinking
franchise,
more like it could
so
be
it's
a version of
possible that it's time for these
Hylia
characters
or
to make
something
a comeback.
within another
theory
character,
is that
but that
this
is
could
cool.
be a transformed version of Zelda. This
Yep,
character
yep.
is wearing the same earrings and accessories as Zelda at a different point in the trailer, and she's wearing the yellow Magatama/tear around her neck. Link's not alone in Tears of the Kingdom. While Breath
got
of the
returning
Wild was a very
champions.
solitary experience,
Yeah,
it seems our
this
hero
seems
will
like
have
it's got
some
more
companions by his
teammates.
side in the new adventure. Namely, we saw the Zora Prince Sidon and the
Yep.
Gerudo Chief Riju fighting
Yes.
alongside Link.
As they're a
These
bit
characters
older.
were the present-day Divine Beast pilots in Breath of the Wild. While present-day Goron champion Yunobo and Rito champion Teba didn't appear in this trailer, Teba's son Tulin was
That's
also
so
seen
cute.
flying around with Link. It's worth noting there was
He's
no
adorable.
sign of the champions from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see if Rivali, Mipha,
Ravioli.
Daruk, and Urbosa play any role in this story. It's not just the champions taking Link's side in battle. The new footage
regular
shows
people,
multiple
too.
instances of
It's so
Hyrule
cute
citizens
and
taking
sad,
arms to
but it's
fight
cute.
back against the invading Moblins and Bokoblins. At
Yep.
1:38 in the video, Link is riding across a battlefield
Just
with
regular
villagers equipped with
villagers.
swords and shields taking on enemies.
Or maybe
For
potlins.
even more villager interaction, Link is also seen riding on horseback, pulling a cart filled with passengers.
Aw,
Breath
he's
of the
saving
Wild
them,
lacked
probably.
meaningful interactions with NPCs, and it appears Tears of the Kingdom is expanding on those mechanics in a big way.
Yeah.
When they're not on the battlefield, it seems Hyrule's citizens are working to rebuild the kingdom in the aftermath of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
The 2017 game's final scene showed Link and Zelda setting out to repair Hyrule, and it looks like it's come a long way in the time that's passed.
Yep.
A new settlement is forming at the fountain outside of
Yeah,
Hyrule
right near the
Castle,
castle.
and there are some new updates to the returning Hateno village as well.
Seems
the
more
official
lively.
Tears of the Kingdom website confirms that new towns are waiting to be explored.
Very nice.
As we suspected following last month's gameplay demonstration, Tears of the Kingdom will begin on the Sky Islands. On Nintendo's website, the company confirmed that, quote, Link begins his journey on one of the many mysterious
Hey,
floating
okay.
islands that have suddenly appeared in the skies high above Hyrule.
Cool.
It's there our hero will have to gain new abilities before
Okay.
returning to the surface world to begin his epic adventure.
Makes sense.
This sounds very similar to Breath of the Wild's Great Plateau,
Yeah, the
where Link had
beginnings.
to gather the 4 Sheikah Slate abilities before setting out to explore the rest of Hyrule.
Yeah.
It's probably safe to assume we'll get Fuse, Ascend, Ultra Hand, and Recall in the
Yep.
opening moments of Tears of the Kingdom, just like its predecessor.
Hell yeah.
The sky has been the focus of Tears of the Kingdom's marketing to this point, but it seems like there will be a ton to discover underground as well.
Yeah,
We saw
well,
Link
even- yes,
exploring caves in this
this
trailer, including
underground
a mine cart
lava
section where he
area.
was fighting a construct enemy on another set of tracks.
So cool.
Nintendo's website confirmed the inclusion of underground exploration, saying there are, quote, dank caves
Oh,
and mysterious
dank
gaping
caves.
chasms springing up across
Yeah.
the world, all waiting to be explored.
So cool.
Lack of overall enemy
Above
variety
and
was
below
a fair
Hyrule.
criticism lobbied at Breath of the Wild. Nintendo is significantly upping the boss variety this time
Yeah,
around.
it seems like more
as we
enemies
caught glimpses of
to
at
fight,
least
which is
3
really
different
cool.
bosses Link will have to face. One returning boss is Gleeok,
So
the 3-headed
cool.
dragon from the original Legend of Zelda game. You can also spot a spider-looking ice creature that briefly appears in the
Really
trailer.
freaky.
Plus, what the heck was that ink blob-looking thing?
Crocodilian
Returning foes like
style
the Stone
thing.
Talus and Lionel's also made an appearance.
Yep.
Longtime Zelda fans have been eagerly awaiting the confirmation of classic Zelda
I'm
dungeons
really
in Tears of the
hoping
Kingdom.
for this
While
personally.
the Sheikah Shrines and Divine Beasts certainly have their fans, they were a big departure from the lock and key based dungeon design
Yeah,
the
the
series
more
is known
classic
for.
style.
After this new trailer, the jury's still out on what Tears of the Kingdom's take on dungeons will look
Yep,
like.
yep.
However, in
we shall
Gerudo
see.
Desert, we see a massive structure start to emerge from underground
That's
early
super
on in the
exciting.
trailer. There
Super
are also
exciting.
gameplay snippets shown where it looks like Link is indoors solving puzzles. Could this be the classic dungeon
Yeah,
experience
brought
we've been
back.
wanting?
Or even
now,
like a
we
kind of
can only
hybrid.
hope. Fans were already going nuts for Tears of the Kingdom's
Yes.
fuse ability after it
It
was,
was really
revealed last
cool.
month. From the moment Zelda series producer Eiji Aonuma slapped a stick and a rock together, fans were
We freaked
sold.
out.
But today's
We lost
trailer
it.
showed arguably the most unhinged example of fuse yet. A sword and a shield fused into one. Is
Yup.
it a sword? A sword?
A sword.
I'm not sure, but what I do know is that it's freaking awesome. Some of the funniest moments from Breath of the Wild came when players would find ways to make enemies interact with each other. Like most aspects of Breath of the Wild's sandbox, Tears of the Kingdom appears to be doubling down on everything that made the
With some
original
crazy
great.
moments.
This time, an early shot of the trailer shows a Zonai construct
Like, "Get
throwing
back, you
hands with a
nasty."
choo-choo. In Breath of the Wild, enemies would only really interact with each other if you found a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, it seems like enemies will have beef with each other completely
Regardless.
independent of Link, which is a small
Impressive.
detail that could go a long way to help Hyrule feel even more alive.
True, true.
This is the exact kind of Zelda weirdness I was hoping to
The
see.
wingsuit,
The trailer
baby.
has a shot of Link
so
gliding through a
excited.
tunnel, avoiding dozens of red lasers, while wearing what appears to be a flying squirrel-like gliding suit. Amazing! Whether this laser-filled tunnel is part of a dungeon or not remains to be seen.
True, we
but
don't
the
know.
glider suit has a lot of implications for moment-to-moment gameplay.
Yeah.
If it's not just aesthetic and actually improves Link's air movement, it could be a game changer for getting around the various
Yeah,
sky
and like a
islands
supplement
and
for
plotting your
the
course back down to the
parachute
world
or
below.
paraglider.
Speaking of traversal, there was a lot of platforming shown in the new trailer.
Oh,
we
yes,
see Link
this was
hopping
so
across
cool.
platforms in lower gravity
Yeah.
and jumping into a very Mario-like bubble to cross a
Yeah,
gap.
a
The
galaxy
Sheikah
style
have
bubble.
been entirely absent from Tears of the Kingdom so far. We haven't seen even a hint of the Sheikah Towers, Divine
Yeah, the
Beasts,
towers.
or even Guardians. But now we got a very short glimpse at what could be the return of the Sheikah slate. In a blink
Yeah.
and you'll miss it scene, Link is riding up a shrine elevator while holding what is probably a Sheikah slate. We don't know if this marks the
Sheikah
return of the
switch.
Sheikah slate abilities, but it's interesting to see confirmation that Sheikah tech still exists in
Yeah, in
Hyrule,
this
even
universe.
following the Zonai invasion. We've seen a few instances of the Zonai already thanks to the 10-minute gameplay chunk, but the new trailer added a Zonai big boy into the
Big
mix.
boy.
At the 145
Yeah, they did.
mark of the trailer, you can see a huge mech-like Zonai emerging
so
from its place
cool.
in the wall.
It's like
So
either a boss
far,
battle or a
it's
mini boss.
split of which Zonai are enemies
Some kind of
and which are
sitch.
friendly, but it doesn't look like this guy is messing around.
Yeah.
This trailer teased a ton of never-before-seen structures and enemies, but one of the most fascinating was the fleet of flying ships descending from the sky.
True.
They appear twice throughout the trailer, and like everything else in Tears of the Kingdom's Hyrule, appears Zonai in origin.
Yeah,
Could the Zonai
okay.
have returned to Hyrule
I was
from
thinking
outer
kind of
space?
Rito vibes, but yeah.
We know an alien
Could be
invasion
Zotai-
was in the
Zonai,
cards for Breath of
Zotai.
the Wild, so it's definitely possible.
Cool.
If all this wasn't enough for you, the Tears of the Kingdom trailer had a shot of Link blasting off from
Dude,
the
that
ground
excites
on
me
a
so
literal
much.
hand rocket. It's possible Link built this using the new Ultra Hand
Okay,
ability,
yep.
or maybe it's just a new type of item that was lying around. Either way, Tears of the
I want a
Kingdom's
rocket
hard
hand,
lean into
personally.
new technology is a ton of fun to see. I can only imagine how players will take advantage of all the new systems.
Yeah, there's gonna be some wacky videos made by people doing some crazy stuff.
We're officially less than a month away from Tears of the Kingdom's May 12th release date. For more while you wait, check out our breakdown of the Zelda gameplay demonstration and everything we noticed in Tears of the Kingdom's second trailer. And prepare yourself for the big day by checking out our ultimate Zelda Tears of the Kingdom pre-order guide.
Beautiful.
You are our final hope.
Yes! Alright, that was some details of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailers that I didn't notice before, and I'm so excited to have had that broken down for me. There was a lot of things I didn't notice because I don't know about you guys, but it went fast for me. But it helps when I have people who like break it down separately and show me the details up close and personal. So yeah, I am so excited for this game. I'm sure you can imagine. Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time. I've played it like 3 times all the way through, and 1 time on live stream with you all on GamerJube. So yeah, it's near and dear to my heart, and I have been going on this adventure through all of the Legend of Zelda mainline games in preparation of Tears of the Kingdom. So yeah, I have gone through Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, and now Twilight Princess, and I've already done Breath of the Wild, and now we are a month away or less to Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm so excited. I hope you all join me on this journey, and to do so, make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!